Hey guys, so maybe you've been thinking about starting an online digital business um, and you've just kind of held off. Maybe you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe you feel like there's too many things to learn, man. I ain't got the time. Or you're one of those people like me, you feel like everything has to be perfect and you have to completely understand how everything works. You have to understand YouTube's algorithms and what CTR means and reach and engagement and all that stuff before you get started. I'm here to tell you it is not about perfection at all. That's not the goal. The goal is consistency. That is what brings results. So I'm going to talk about today how important showing up regularly is to learn high income skills and then implement them. That's the first step, going through the course and learning what you need to learn, that new set of high income skills. That's way more important than getting everything perfect from the start. So really, honestly, so far my journey has been, and my mentor has will definitely support me on this. Consistent effort is what gets you closer to financial freedom and success in digital marketing. It is not perfection at all. So I'm going to just go over a few things here. Why consistency, number one, is so important because it builds momentum. And momentum then helps to result in financial rewards. So, when you're first getting started in digital marketing, like myself, it's easy to get caught up in making everything look and sound perfect. I can't tell you how much I was tripping on my YouTube banner. Now, is it the YouTube banner that I love? No, but I got it up and I got my channel started. I can always go back and change my banner. Right? It doesn't all have to be perfect. Not everything has to be, like I said, perfect and without flaws, and you feel confident and good about it. But, really financial rewards comes from consistent action. I'll tell you what that action is that turns into dollars for you. And it's not waiting until everything is just completely flawless, So you want to kind of think of when you're started digital marketing, whatever social platform you use, you have to create content. So that's the biggest thing that a lot of people get stuck on. I did too. But you got to think of creating content like a stepping stone. They're not perfect. Each post, I know each video that I make, they're not perfect. Sometimes my light goes out. Sometimes I stumble. Sometimes, I may not have a thought, share a thought with you that, is cohesive or coherent. Sometimes it doesn't all go together, So, but that all will come over time. What you want to spend your time in and really consistent on is researching your content. What are you going to plan to share? And then working on that and perfecting that. This way you can target your specific audience, your market that you're targeting, your niche. And that's also what this course teaches you as well, how to get better at doing that, which is so important. That's really where the dollars are, in creating content that provides solutions for people. That's really what you want to focus on. But you have to stay committed to a regular schedule, whether it's posting, whatever platform you're posting on. But for me, it's 3 videos a week and 3 pieces of content in the community posts. So it's actually like 6 pieces, but 3 videos, and it's a routine. Are they perfect? No. Do I listen to my videos later and go, man, I could have said that different? But you know what? Every time I make one and get in front of the camera, it gets a little bit easier over and over again. And also, one of the biggest things I learned is that any social media platform that you're on favors consistency. The algorithms are set up for consistency. So they reward users that post consistently over those who maybe are sporadic posting, platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube especially, they love content creators that show up regularly. It signals to the algorithm that you're serious, and that they'll give your content more opportunities to be shown to a wider audience. But if you treat this like a hobby, or you're not consistent in your messages. So, I have a lot of other interests besides this digital product. I mean, I like to cook, I like to sew. If I mix those in with this, it would be confusing to the YouTube algorithm. They wouldn't be like, okay, Toni, so yesterday you talked about cooking. 2 days ago, you talked about the digital product. Then you talked about what are you doing here? So it confuses it. So that's why staying consistent with that, and you will learn how to do that in this course. And that's how you get rewarded, is by consistently showing up. So even if your content isn't polished, even if you feel like I'm gonna put it up, this, like, maybe you're frustrated in expressing yourself, or the pictures that you choose, or the words that you use, consistently just continue to post instead of waiting for perfection, because posting on a regular basis increases your chance to gain that visibility and followers. I watched a video the other day. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of the Hermosis, but the husband and wife team that just like have all kinds of businesses and started, on YouTube. The wife was saying that when she first started on YouTube, her videos were horrible. And I think everybody's felt that way, but you got to keep going, man. You got to keep going. The third thing I would say is the perfect time to get started is now. Really, there's not a better time to create content, because, like I said, the algorithms favor people who post consistently. Are they looking that your video is perfect, or your thumbnail's perfect, or your title's perfect? Not necessarily. The longer that you wait for everything to be just right, the longer it's going to take you to see results. And if you're watching this video and you're over 50, you might be guilty of that. I know I was. You're waiting for things to be perfect. You're waiting for, a sign. You're waiting for a better way, something to come out, the better way of doing it. There are so many tools right now to help you create content that there's no excuse. That really, I could say with all certainty that if you get on a social media platform and are consistent with your messages, and you know who your target market is, you have a product that you're promoting, and you're consistent, you will see some sort of traction over time. And then understanding that the data that you receive from any one of those platforms will show you what things that maybe you can tweak better. I know our community in this course comes with mentoring and coaching, so you have access to that. And I do have access to someone that I work with, my mentor, that helps me tweak on these things and gives me other things to think about without doing it for you, because this type of opportunity here is a different way of thinking. It's digital marketing. You're talking about the social media platforms that change. So you have to be able to stay on top of things. But the best thing you can do is just really get started and start posting on a consistent basis. Just set a schedule. That's what I do. So it's Sunday afternoon. So typically what I do is during the week, I'll start like researching the content or the things that I want to talk about, or looking at titles. And I utilize some of that ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT and all those AI tools now are getting presented like, oh, you just do it and it's fine. It's so easy. Anyway, but ChatGPT is just another tool. These AI tools are just another tool. They're only as good as what you put in. They're going to spit out something else. But if you don't still understand after whatever it gives you as response, but if you don't still have clarity on your messaging or who your target market is, you can't tweak what ChatGPT gives you or an AI tool gives you. So it's not that, to me, those are all tools to use, but it's not the complete answer. You still have to learn these other high income skills besides that. It's made it a lot easier for people to get started, and I utilize it too to help me trigger new ideas or new way of saying things. So you will learn how to use that also in this course, and it's free. You don't have to pay for that ChatGPT. It's free, but it shows you how to utilize it and how to help you create more content in a shorter period of time. So really, now is really the time to get started. This is the best time I would say that I've ever seen with all the tools that are available. The more I get into it, the new things that come out, it's just pretty amazing. So The other thing I would say too is to manage expectations. This is something that I have to do and work on a consistent basis, because it is discouraging if you start creating content and maybe it doesn't perform well. Maybe you're afraid of that. Maybe you're afraid of seeing that. That's just part of the game. But the key to long-term success is managing your expectations. And if you're over 50 and you're still here on this earth, obviously you've done some of that, right? You've had to do that at some point in your life, manage those expectations, and just use each piece of content as a learning experience. I certainly do. When something doesn't go the way I thought, or I didn't get the response or the reach that I thought, I just look at it and talk to my mentor and say, hey, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe I'll try this. There's no one set. Any coach or any mentor will tell you there's not one thing to do for everybody. And that's what's cool here. That to me is how you get customization, because you're making it directly for you and your messaging and yours particular group of people. So, it's normal not to see massive results right away, but you've just got to stay consistent. These social media landscapes are always evolving. You just have to accept that. But the more you create, the more you refine your message and develop those skills, you will get success. So there's so many, and I watch the videos of people who are extremely successful now, but when they're honest and they're open and they talk to you about their beginning journey, they just stayed consistent. There was something in them that drove them, that vision that I talked about before, that compelling reason that's going to push you way past your comfort zone. And when you're not getting responses, and when you're not getting clicks, and you're not getting views, and you're not getting subscribers, how do you keep yourself motivated? And you just have to understand, and that all comes from managing your expectations as well. So that's why the other reason being consistent will help you overcome that and help you manage that. And it also, another thing, like I mentioned earlier, YouTube particularly, that's the platform that I'm on, that I'm learning a little bit about, does reward consistency from the casual. They want people who are serious. That's who the algorithm favors, not people that treat it like a hobby or just a fun thing that they, want to do occasionally. So it separates those who succeed from those who give up. It's easy to want results right away, but those who are willing to be consistent with the work up front, that's how you create a solid business with income streams. So just think of consistency like a secret weapon. Others, typically you can almost bet that as soon as it gets hard, your competition is going to give up if the results don't come quickly. That's just human nature. We are wired not to want to feel pain. We are wired to gravitate towards the easy. We are wired to the comfort. So as soon as anything gives us any feedback negatively, that survival part of our brain just clicks off. Okay, well, we're not doing that. I didn't feel good about my result. I made that video. Nobody commented. I didn't get a thumbs up. No new subscriber. That's it. I'm done. You're never going to get anywhere. Everybody has. That's a so what story. That's something that everybody has. So you kind of got to look at it to planting seeds. And that's kind of my journey these next 90 days that I started in October. This is planting season. So what happens when you plant? You've got to prepare the soil. And it's at certain times of the year you plant certain crops. So you've got to learn that. Then you've got to prepare the soil. And then you have to plant the seed. Then you got to water the soil. You got to remove the weeds. So that's just like, recording videos. You record a video. I do my content. I do my research. I make my notes. But I still have to deliver it. I still have to get in front of the camera. I've got to turn it on. And here it is Sunday afternoon. I'm making my videos for the week. You just have to schedule that time out and to be consistent. Just like a farmer. You don't see the results right away. It takes months sometimes. But you will eventually reap the reward. So just like in a farmer's field, does every single seed sprout and germinate and grow a plant? No. There's tons that die. That's why you don't plant one row of corn. That's why you don't just have one cow for milk. You have multiple. If that's your business, that's what you're doing. Because not everything's going to fire all the time. But to have consistency, you have to just have a lot out there, more than one or two videos. And that is what... that's what the social media algorithms favor, is that. So again, this is what I'm learning on my journey. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be neat. It could be messy and dirty, but just get started. Just get started. And once you go through the course, you will be able to figure out, and they'll help you, you'll be able to learn how to figure out what is your target market, what is your niche, what you want your messaging to be, and then what social media platform you're going to utilize. And then after you get all those automations set up, like I've talked about so many times before in other videos, that's all you got to focus on. Being consistent, getting better at your messaging, getting more content out there, and just scheduling that out and then sticking to it. So don't wait for everything to be perfect. Remember that in digital marketing, consistency beats perfection. So if there's one place that you can screw up and still get results, it's digital marketing, man. That's like gold to me. The more you create, post content, you're going to see progress much more faster. And again, it favors those who post regularly, even if it's not perfect. It will get there over time. It will improve the more that you do. You stay committed to that schedule, and you got to be, you got to be your own critic. And even if you don't want to be your own critic, your results will tell you what you need to improve on. So commit to a schedule that works for you. If you're working full time, you guys, the first thing is to just get your mind, figure out why you're doing this. I've talked about that in my other video, because that's going to push you out of your comfort zone, is what you need to do to have a different result. If you're over 50 and you're watching this video, it's because you are looking for something extra. You're looking for either another stream of income, or you want to replace your 9-to-5. This is how you're going to get it done. And then commit to a schedule of learning, going through the course and learning the course, and then just watch all your efforts to grow into that solid business, you guys. So please subscribe for more tips. That's what this channel is dedicated to, folks like you, like me, who are not working 9-to-5 and want to get out of that 9-to-5 grind. We want time freedom. We want to be able to retire comfortably. We want to provide for our children and our grandchildren, and not to be relying on the government or Social Security to take care of us. So let me know what you're working on. If you've already started a business or anything I can help you with, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Good luck. Have a great week, guys.